Hey, you know, if you look at this thing as a movie, right? And it's an ongoing movie. It's like a saga. This is the Heavenly Father's movie, and it's an ongoing movie. And all the actors, they come back to take their parts. Like, okay, case in point, right? The movie Godfather, right? You had Godfather 1, then you had what? Godfather 2. Now, some of the actors, they had to come back to what? To play their parts, to relive their parts.
Yep.
Well, it's the same thing with the Heavenly Father. We call him the ultimate director. And this ain't nothing but a movie. This is nothing but a movie.
Yep.
And we're all the actors playing our parts.
In Latin, the term for the Most High is theos.
Theos.
And that's where you get the word theater.
Yeah.
Theater means theos.
This is a movie. What's a movie, right? A movie is what? Moving creatures. Then with the movies, right? It's moving pictures. All it is pictures. And if you show them at a certain rate, frame rate, to the naked eye, it appears to be moving, but it's actually pictures. Well, guess what? This ain't nothing but a movie. People are moving. And the Heavenly Father directs. It tells you in the scriptures, the Heavenly Father directs the steps of man. So the ultimate director is the Heavenly Father. This ain't nothing but a movie. Go ahead.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Slack it.
Now, I set it up with the reincarnation thing because we're going to go into Revelation 10.
Yeah.
And then you read that whole chapter because that's reincarnation is mentioned in Revelation 10, the last couple of verses, or the last verse.
And you know, in this movie, right? It's an ongoing movie. In this movie, who's the two stars in this movie? Really, Jacob and Esau.
Right, yeah.
Jacob and Esau is the two stars in this movie.
Right.
The other nations, they're like the supporting cast.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Like in the movie, you got the two stars, right?
Yep.
You got the good guy,
Yep.
and you got the bad guy, right?
Yep.
Yep. You got the antagonist
And the protagonist. Right.
Well, in this movie, guess who the good guy is? Jacob is the good guy. Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
And the bad guy is Esau. And the scriptures clearly tell you the Heavenly Father created Esau to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
This is his movie. This is the Heavenly Father's movie, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And you can't change the roles.
You can't change. He's the director. You don't tell him what to do. Can you imagine going on a Ridley Scott movie set and telling Ridley Scott, I think Ridley in this scene you really should direct.
Well, that dude Fox tried to do it to Walter Hill.
There you go. Good point. Walter Hill was the director of The Warriors, and he kept bumping heads with this actor. I forgot the
That played
actor
Fox.
who played Fox. That's why when you watch the movie, you'll see the scene where Fox is fighting with the cop, and the cop throws him onto the tracks.
Right.
They wrote that specifically to get that actor out of there,
Right.
Because he was giving problems to Walter Hill.
That wasn't a part of the movie.
That wasn't a part of the movie. See? Go ahead.
You
All
see
right.
what you get when you mess with the director?
Yep. And then later they interviewed him and said, "Yeah, I was young, I was stupid, I was really stupid of me." You remember? They interviewed him years later. Yeah.
That's what happens when you're a novice.
You don't mess with the director.
Right.
That's he has a vision. Guess what? The Heavenly Father has a vision,
Yeah.
man. He has a vision of how he wants things directed.
You cannot
this
teach the
scene,
professor.
Elder Pastor is going to teach
Yeah.
him this scene,
Right.
and then Gabar is going to come up and read for him. Now in this scene, come on,
The
man.
actor plays the part and he's directed by the director. That's why he's called director.
Right.
Now, a lot of great actors become directors. When
Yeah.
they get behind it, they in front of the camera, they get behind the camera.
Yeah. This is the Most High's movie, man. He directs it the way he wanted to direct it. Go
I
ahead.
got something real quick.
You got it.
This is Matthew chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own ways?
Let's speak on it.
Yeah, and it pretty much, there's another one. Let me get this one real quick.
That's
There-
what you people don't understand. This is nothing but a movie, man. Even this guy, King Richards, right? I'll be watching him. One of them Manosphere guys, King Richards. Every time a woman would talk, he'd say, "Go ahead, live your movie. This is your movie. Go ahead, live your movie.
Bruv.
This is your movie, bruv." This is, if he watches up, he probably gets a good laugh. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah
He
10:23.
actually says that. Live your movie. This is your moment. Live your movie. Well, this is a movie. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 10:23. O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. So if man doesn't direct his steps, who's the director? The man upstairs. Yahweh.
No, but these people are too proud because you talk about free will. You ain't got no goddamn free will.
Nah.
There ain't no such thing as free will.
So why do we sin?
The Most High makes us to go
Yeah.
off and sin.
Romans. You know, the creature was made subject to vanity
Made subject by who?
by
Who
the
made him
Most High.
subject?
And he says,
Who made Eve go off and then Adam?
The Most
Heavenly
High
Father
did, yeah.
did. For why? For his purpose.
Right.
For his purpose. This is his movie.
who has resisted his will? And then it says, the same way he subjected us to vanity, he subjected us to hope.
Yeah. Because just like a good movie, you got the beginning of the movie, the bad guy,
Yeah.
he's trying to find his, not the bad guy, I'm sorry, the
Good
good guy,
guy.
he's all messed up, he's trying to find his way.
Yeah.
And guess what? Towards the end of the movie, he finds his way.
Right.
He battles the bad guy, he triumphs over the bad guy, then he finds his way. It's the same thing with now.
He becomes a hero.
He becomes the hero. Go ahead, bro.
Looking for a hero.
This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. Many shall be purified
You
and
know
made.
what? Start at top. Start at
Okay.
top, since we're here.
Come on. Daniel chapter 12, verse
You know
1.
me, I like to go
Yeah.
Get all the
right
meat
now.
off.
We're trying to, we're attempting to go into Isaiah 13, but
Yeah, that's
that was, yeah.
it's a hell of a chapter right there.
Another chapter.
That's like the whole blueprint of America.
Which one you talking about? Isaiah 13?
Isaiah 13, like dealing from the beginning, cursing them out, all the way to the destruction,
No, that's true. That's true.
you know, and what's going to be left over
Ezekiel-
after.
Ezekiel 37 is pretty much the same.
Yeah,
So we're really talking about the starting point is us here in America
yep,
and being delivered.
yeah, yeah,
So Ezekiel 37 is yet to be fully fulfilled.
Right.
Part of it is fulfilled. The part where the bones came together, you know.
God.
Oh yeah, how should I say the sparrow don't fall to the ground unless the Heavenly Father sanctions it.
Yep.
So in the Heavenly Father's movie, he controls everything.
Yep.
Everything. And I do mean everything.
Everything.
Yep. And a sparrow's a little bird.
Little bird. huh?
Little bird. 3 little birds.